Everyone, welcome back to another episode. So, you must have heard about narcissists, right? Yes, they're these people who think they're all that and don't care about anyone else. Well, guess what? Despite their seemingly superior attributes, they actually have to face some consequences for the bad stuff they do. In this video, I'm going to tell you about 4 important things called karma that affect narcissists. Let's get into it. You see, people with narcissistic personality disorder think they're super special and can do whatever they want without any punishment. They don't feel guilty or sorry for what they do, so their own conscience can't really teach them a lesson. But don't worry, there are other ways that karma catches up to them, and honestly, these can be even worse than feeling guilty. The first thing is about relationships. Narcissists might seem cool on the outside, but deep down, they struggle to make real connections with people. Their selfish actions damage trust and make them feel lonely and isolated. Imagine being all alone even though you try so hard to be the center of attention. Next up, let's talk about their ambitions and careers. Narcissists are all about power and success, aiming to be the best. But here's the thing, their drive for dominance can backfire on them. Their shady tactics and lack of real skills eventually catch up to them, and their success crumbles like a sandcastle on the beach. It's like a big wake-up call, showing them they can't win by cheating or stepping on others. Now let's get to the part that involves their health. Narcissists focus so much on themselves, they forget to take care of their own bodies. They become emotionally empty, and that takes a toll on their physical well-being. It's like getting sick because you're neglecting yourself. Not so cool, is it? Last but not least, we come to the grand finale of their karmic journey. Life throws them unexpected challenges and smacks them with the consequences of their actions. Their whole world crumbles, and they're left standing in the ruins of their own decisions. It's like losing everything you thought you had, and it's a pretty rough way to learn your lesson. The karma that comes after narcissists is quite something, even if they don't feel guilty. It's like the universe has its own way of making things fair. One of the defining characteristics of narcissists is their innate dependence on others, functioning as emotional parasites that thrive on manipulating their victims. However, behind their seemingly confident facade lies a deep-seated fear of being alone and exposed. This fear drives them to maintain a mirage of falsehoods, constantly battling against the vulnerability of their true selves. Though they may outwardly project independence, it is mere illusion. Narcissists rely on controlling their victims and feeding off the narcissistic supply, a never-ending quest for admiration, validation, and a sense of superiority over others. They belittle and humiliate those around them, fostering emotional dependence and ensuring that their victims dare not leave, thereby perpetuating the narcissist's distorted sense of grandiosity. However, this dependence grows stifling as time progresses. The more people begin to unveil the truth and distance themselves, the stronger the fear and dependence become. The weight of this burden intensifies, creating an inescapable cycle of fear and reliance that burden narcissists with their own unique form of karmic consequence. While narcissists may not face traditional ideas of karma, they inevitably become ensnared in the grasp of their own dependence and the constant threat of exposure. With each passing day, this karmic burden steadily grows heavier, weighing upon them and distorting their every interaction. They become trapped within their own web of manipulation, unable to break free from the consequences of their actions. Number 1. The Peerless Path of Self-Destruction. Beneath the veneer of superiority and grandiosity displayed by narcissists lies a tumultuous inner world of self-contempt and misery. Their actions, driven by a desperate desire to evade confronting their own internal turmoil, lead them down a treacherous path of self-destruction. Paradoxically, this self-contempt and need for superiority propel them into a relentless cycle of their own undoing. Narcissists harbor an insatiable addiction to power and control over others, viewing it as a means to maintain a semblance of order in their chaotic lives. Yet, the very pursuit of absolute control amplifies their internal pressure and frustration. The reality, however, is undeniable. No one can truly have complete dominion over every aspect of life, regardless of their manipulative prowess or mastery of deception. The moments when their control slips away, triggering a profound sense of frustration and anger become their own undoing. Thankfully, many individuals possess the strength to establish boundaries and refuse to be manipulated, even if they have fallen victim to narcissistic tactics before. The potential for positive change and the cultivation of self-worth always exists. Setting these crucial boundaries can push the narcissist towards making detrimental mistakes. Their unwavering pursuit of superiority compels them to engage in actions that ultimately bear no meaningful benefit. For example, in the context of a divorce, they may willingly sacrifice significant sums of money rather than concede to the reasonable demands of the other party. Their behavior becomes erratic and self-sabotaging, all in an effort to maintain the illusion of superiority over others. Their relentless drive to exert control, inflict pain and suffering, or simply satisfy their wounded pride may result in severe financial and emotional losses. In these moments, their true nature is laid bare, exposing their self-destructive tendencies to all. Contrary to their self-perceived intelligence, narcissists are not as astute as they believe themselves to be. Driven by their pride and insatiable need for power and control, they engage in irrational and thoughtless behavior that consistently prioritizes their ego. This reckless pursuit of dominance yields self-destructive consequences, defying rationality and undermining their own well-being. Furthermore, their self-destruction extends beyond internal struggles. The animosity they cultivate within their victims poses significant challenges, whose repercussions may manifest in exposure and the shattering of their carefully crafted facade, or affect their professional pursuits and opportunities. Ultimately, these destructive behaviors cast a pervasive shadow across all aspects of the narcissist's lives. Their malicious manipulation, while aimed at others, leads to their own downfall. It alienates them from genuine connections, rendering them individuals to be avoided. Genuine relationships elude them as mistreatment and manipulation systematically repel true connections. The same mistreatment and manipulation ultimately drive people away, extinguishing any possibility of experiencing authentic love and meaningful human connection. Number 2, the desolate shadows of aging. Within the depths of a narcissist lies a profound fear of aging, an awareness that many of their manipulative tools diminish with time. Youth, beauty, and seductive techniques that once bolstered their allure and conquest capabilities gradually fade away. The passage of time also unveils their true character to an increasing number of people, a prospect that terrifies them to their core. The avoidance of exposure has been a lifelong pursuit for narcissists. However, as the years flow like an unstoppable stream, maintaining such a deceptive facade becomes an increasingly arduous task. Turbulent breakups, accusations, clashes with family and friends, and the eventual unraveling of their intricate web of lies gradually chip away at their false image. This cumulative effect chips away at their powers of persuasion. No longer can they effortlessly convince their victims of their supposed virtues or easily blame the alleged madness of their ex-partners or the self-professed victimhood that is the crux of their existence. Moreover, as individuals mature and gain wisdom, their ability to detect falsehoods and dubious circumstances sharpens. Consequently, as narcissists approach their twilight years, they may seek out unsuspecting victims, hoping to manipulate them. Leaning on their economic power or connections, they cling to a semblance of control, desperately resisting the desolation of utter solitude. Alas, even these attempts prove fruitless as their power gradually wavers, a harsh reality that narcissists cannot ignore. This realization brings about profound anguish, potentially leading to the depths of depression. Their own children may even grow weary from years of enduring their abuse and humiliation, choosing to distance themselves. The family that once endured their actions may sever ties, reflecting a formidable karmic repercussion. Facing the trials of old age without anyone to care for them, devoid of genuine love and support, becomes a perfect karmic consequence for individuals who knowingly inflicted extensive harm. Number 3. The endless pursuit of discontent. Genuine happiness remains elusive and unattainable for the narcissist. Their hearts remain void of fulfillment, unable to experience the exhilaration of locking eyes with someone they truly love. They cannot derive joy from witnessing the happiness of others. Empathy eludes them, replaced instead by disdain for the success and fulfillment of those around them. Whether it is a partner, friend, or family member, the narcissist thrives in the failure of others, reveling in a false sense of superiority. Pathological envy consumes narcissists, driving them to obliterate the happiness of others since they cannot experience or achieve it themselves. Their relentless mission is to eradicate joy entirely. Forever trapped in a state of perpetual dissatisfaction, they constantly yearn for more power, more adoration, more superiority, and more control over others. However, no matter how much they amass, it is never enough, and true happiness remains a distant dream forever beyond their grasp. Even love remains beyond their reach, despite their convincing facade during the love-bombing stage. While they appear deeply infatuated, professing an unmatched love for their targets, it is all part of a carefully constructed trap, designed to seduce and ensnare their victims in an illusionary web. In reality, the narcissist envies our empathic capacity to love, to emotionally connect, to experience fulfillment and joy, to derive pleasure from the happiness of others as if it were our own triumph, and to be genuinely loved for who we are, free from the masks we wear. These precious joys will forever elude the narcissist. The karmic consequence lies in their eternal suffering, forever yearning for emotions they can never genuinely experience. Despite their ceaseless efforts to destroy all they touch, they can never achieve ultimate success. We, as resilient beings capable of learning, growing, and rising from the ashes, possess the ability to redirect our energy away from them, to detach ourselves from pain and hatred, and to embark on the healing journey. Let go of everything that harms us and keeps us tethered to memories, pain, and resentment. It is an undeniable truth that the narcissist will never recognize or experience true love. This stands as the harshest punishment life can bestow upon an individual. However, within us lies a power far greater than we realize. We were born with the capacity to love, and no negative experience should deprive us of exploring this virtue. Good-hearted people do exist, so let go of the past and refuse to give up. We possess the strength to persevere and find love once more. We are not defined by the narcissist's limitations. Instead, we have the power to rewrite our own story, embracing genuine love and happiness on our terms. So, there you have it. Before you leave, remember to click the like button, subscribe to our channel, and activate notifications to ensure you never miss any future videos on narcissism.